Wait for what I Central TV. You go right to Central TV. Cool. Continue.
Incident involving Delora, which occurred while he was in high school in Hawaii. After reviewing the matter, the determination was made to allow Delora to continue as a student athlete, and his status remains unchanged. According to the civil complaint, Delora and another athlete pleaded guilty to second-degree sexual assault in family court and did not receive jail time. The civil suit against the two athletes was filed in December 2021. Delora went on to play 2 seasons at Washington State before transferring here to the desert. And Delora himself has not commented on the settlement. He finished with 25 touchdown passes and over 3,600 yards passing last season. That would be third most in a single season in program history. Good enough to name him All Pac-12 honorable mention.
All right, Damien, thank you. We have more to report on the U of A. A new mobile crisis team is part of added security measures on campus. It's one of several changes coming after the deadly shooting of Dr. Thomas Meixner last fall. And this announcement comes at days after the university announced the departure of the campus police chief. As 13 News reporter Bud Foster shows us, campus leaders are trying to increase security without stoking fear.
Creating a system of safety on the University of Arizona campus has become a priority since the shooting of Meixner last October. However, creating that system of safety also must be balanced by not creating a system of fear.
But I think that's, we struggle with this, and it's a continuum.
While situational awareness is necessary, as is a reporting system for students and faculty who are concerned for their safety, the question is, can there be too much and too many reports?
But we understand we're going to go through a learning curve because in the beginning we'll get more calls than maybe are necessary. But those are really essential learning opportunities for us.
Learning opportunities because recent events show that the university is not impervious to dangerous situations, with 3 nurses murdered in their classroom 20 years ago, and Professor Thomas Meixner shot and killed in his classroom last year.
What's going on?
There's someone with a gun out there.
This active shooting drill video put together by UAPD is an example of what kinds of things the university is stressing to its students, how to remain safe, especially in light of recent school shootings. No campus or school is immune from an active shooter.
What our goal is to inform and not inflame. So we will be walking a fine line all the time as we look at the communications for students, staff, and faculty, because we want them to become knowledgeable. But to your point, we don't want to scare anybody.
But many students enter the university already prepared, having gone through active shooter drills almost since the day they entered school. But for the university beset by recent security issues, it goes beyond the drills.
My hope is that with time, we have to rebuild the trust so that people feel confident in calling anybody in the administration, UAPD. It's the only way that we can deal with this.
So now the search is on for a new police chief on the U of A campus. Dr. Robert Robbins said this morning that search will probably take 6 to 9 months and will be all-inclusive. On the U of A campus, I'm Bud Foster, 13 News.
All right, happening now, a fugitive and a missing person from Ohio may be in Cochise County, and sheriff's deputies want to know if you've seen them. They're looking for Jonathan Jones. He has an outstanding warrant for kidnapping. Authorities say he's with 17-year-old Caitlin Coons. She's listed as a runaway. Deputies say they were last reported in the Douglas area, and they could be anywhere in Cochise County. We also have pictures of the car they may be traveling in. Deputies say it's a 2021 white Buick Encore SUV with Ohio license plates, and the license plate is JYG 3947. Now, the car is listed to the suspect's mother. If you see either of these subjects or the vehicle, call 911. Police say a dispute between neighbors led to a shooting on the south side, not far from the VA hospital. And now the man who was shot is under arrest. Officers got the call around 2 in the morning to a home on President Street, just west of 6th Avenue. And when they got there, they found a man who had been shot, not badly hurt, though. Detectives also found another man who was not injured. Police say the arrested man is the injured man, Jerome Gabriel Cipriano. He's facing aggravated assault and other charges. They're still investigating the case. In less than a week, Title 42 restrictions on immigration will end, and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says the U.S. is ready to handle an expected surge of migrants at the border.
What we are doing is planning for different levels of a surge. That is what we do. We plan for different scenarios, so we are ready to address them.
Mayorkas wrapped up a 2-day visit to the border in South Texas to meet with Border Patrol officials. We're learning more than 1,500 active duty troops will be sent to the border in that area because it's one of the busiest for illegal crossings. Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Mark Kelly also say Arizona is set to get more than $1 million in federal funding to help communities feed and shelter immigrants. After more than 2 days of detours and delays, a stretch of I-10 east of Tucson has fully reopened. ADOT crews have finished emergency repairs to a bridge near Wilcox. A deadly truck crash damaged one of the supports early Wednesday morning, forcing crews to close off the westbound lanes for miles and send traffic on a 2-hour detour. The First Alert Chief Meteorologist Aaron Christensen is live in Tombstone, where this weekend they are on the hunt for ghosts. That sounds like a lot of fun, Aaron.
I know, it is.
Oh my gosh, Valerie, it is already. And I know a lot of folks are wanting to come down here. Tombstone is reportedly one of the most haunted cities in the U.S. Certainly, probably, arguably the most haunted in the West. And we've actually taken our weathercast indoors right now. We are now at the Oriental Saloon. Dave Silva joins us with Desert Sky Adventures, and you're with the city.
I am.
Yes. And so what makes Tombstone kind of just the perfect place to hold a paranormal convention?
It's all about the legends, right? I mean, everyone knows about Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, the Clantons, the McLaurys, just about anyone who was a notable historical figure in the Old West spent some time in Tombstone. Mm-hmm. So the history goes a long way. But there's also a lot of reported paranormal activity. People come here, they get everything from weird orbs in their photographs to strange sounds they didn't hear in their recordings to full-body apparitions out here on Allen Street. I know several people who say that they've seen that.
And what about specifically here at the Oriental Saloon?
Well, the Oriental is a great saloon because it was one of the original buildings. This building did not get destroyed in the fire. It was partially damaged, but this building was built in 1880. These are the original floors that Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp actually walked on. Mm-hmm. And it's, as far as the history goes, I mean, it's been, for a while there, it was a drugstore, it was a grocery store. I think they turned it back to a saloon back in 2018.
Oh, wow.
So the legacy of the Oriental Saloon lives on.
And I understand that there is something called Ghost Hunt 101 for children. Tell me about that.
Yes, that is being conducted by our friends at Goose Flats Paranormal. They are a local Tombstone paranormal team, and that is specifically designed for the younger children. As far as we know, there's no other paracons in the world that have something for the kids. So this is something where the kids, the families, maybe the grandparents, if they want to, can come out, get a little introduction about how ghost hunting is done. There's equipment you can borrow. All that's going on at the Tombstone City Cemetery, not Boot Hill, but City Cemetery. Okay. And that's a donation only. So all those donations are going to go to beautify the city cemetery in the city of Tombstone.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Can't wait to see the other events and talks that you'll be having here this evening. I know you're part of the meet and greet for the folks who've got those VIP tickets. The weather tonight looking great, and how apropos that it's going to kick off with a full moon. Our temperatures do cool off pretty darn quickly here, so if you are headed out, just keep in mind you might want a jacket or a sweatshirt by 9 o'clock, 58 degrees at 10:55. And this weekend, daytime temps in the low 80s, a little bit breezy at times. I'll catch up with you in just a few.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Oh my gosh, I wish I could just stay there or go there tonight. All right, the job market may not be cooling off after all, and what a new report is telling us, and what jobs are in demand. And before he gets his crown, he gets a chance to mingle with his subjects. The pre-coronation outing for King Charles III.
Si eliges el estacionamiento cuando ordenas por anticipado en el app de McDonald's, no tendrás que esperar en fila cuando llegues. Ordena por anticipado en el app y ahorra tiempo. Cuando usas Reward Points para obtener algo gratis en el app de McDonald's y se lo regalas a un amigo, no tienen que saber que fue gratis. Ese puede ser nuestro secreto. Gana comida gratis en el app. Elige el mostrador cuando ordenes por anticipado en el app de McDonald's y puedes saltarte la fila y obtener tu comida más rápido. Bien jugado. Ordena por anticipado en el app y ahorra tiempo.
Together with the Alliance for Lifetime Income, I'm spreading the word about the importance of protected income, which is money you're guaranteed to get. Protected income from an annuity helps ensure you'll have all your basics covered so you can have the financial freedom to tick off your bucket list. Meet with your financial advisor to ask if you have protected income and get their help making a plan that fits. Go to protectedincome.org today.
For the first time, we're hearing what a New York City jury heard in the defamation case against former President Donald Trump. Tapes of his deposition have just been released where he responds to allegations he raped a columnist in the 1990s.
She's accusing me, and so are you, of rape, and it never took place. And I will tell you, I made that statement and I said, well, it's politically incorrect. She's not my type.
In the deposition, Trump repeatedly denies the allegations of E. Jean Carroll, who's suing him for battery and defamation. His attorneys rested their case this week without making a defense. The judge is giving the former president until Sunday afternoon to reconsider whether he'll testify. If not, the case go to jury next week. The latest jobs report comes as a surprise for economists. It shows the labor market heating up again. The unemployment rate fell to 3.4% in April, matching the lowest point in more than 50 years. And employers added 253,000 jobs. Economists were expecting only about 180,000. That positive employment report today points to job gains, but not for everyone. 13 News fact finder Brooke Wagner is here to explain. Brooke.
Yes, Valerie, we are in a bit of an unusual situation right now. Some industries are laying off workers while others are desperate to hire. So which is which? Once again, we're getting some mixed signals here, but it's clear that jobs are still out there defying warnings about a recession. Take a look. Media and tech jobs are the ones with highly publicized layoffs recently, but some of those jobs are still growing, like tech manufacturing and engineering. Business and professional services also showing a big boost. That's highly trained workers like accountants, attorneys, and managers. Next, healthcare added 40,000 jobs. This sector has struggled to hire for years now because of COVID, and now is struggling to care for an aging population. You won't be too surprised to hear leisure and hospitality are still huge on hiring. The industry is still short hundreds of thousands of workers. And one very specialized workforce that's critically low right now, air traffic controllers. The FAA says 2 out of every 10 jobs are empty across the country. That could bring gridlock for all of our summer travel. Valerie.
Good information. Thank you, Brooke. The jobs report was definitely good for the stock market today. The Dow rallied to more than 500 points. Traders were also bullish after Apple's latest earnings report came in better than expected, and bank stocks recovered from losses earlier in the week. Happening now, a historic event is just hours away as you look live at Buckingham Palace in London. Britain's King Charles III will officially be crowned in a ceremony that hasn't taken place in 70 years. Just before the big ceremony, the king surprised people near the palace by greeting them in person. He and the Prince and Princess of Wales shook hands with visitors. Some of them have come from around the world. More than 2,200 guests are expected for the ceremony at Westminster Abbey. Millions more will watch on TV and online. First Lady Jill Biden is in London for the ceremony. Today she met with Prime Minister's wife, and she also visited primary school where the kids are getting ready for the coronation. They were making paper crowns. And President Joe Biden was invited to come to London, but he declined. Traditionally, no sitting U.S. president has ever attended a British monarch's coronation, and he'll make a state visit later. First alert, Chief Meteorologist Eric Christensen is live in Tombstone today, where they are kicking off the 2023 Wild West Paragon. And you know, Aaron, it sounds like events.
Oh, I think so. I mean, you know, a lot of folks have probably been to Tombstone before at some point. They've, you know, heard about the gunfights and the history of this place, and maybe even some of the ghost stories, if you will. But this is honestly the first time that they're having paranormal investigators from all over the world converging on this city and conducting their own investigations. And it's not going to be private. I mean, they are selling tickets, but this is open to the garden variety public who wants to come and check this out. If you've ever heard a strange noise that you just can't explain, maybe you've seen something popping up in a photo where there a face or something where there wasn't somebody standing. If you've ever smelled, say, the scent of a faint scent of a cigar, and you turn around and you don't see anybody smoking a cigar, you know, little things like that. The folks here can tell you whether or not that's really something. If there are ghosts among us, if maybe that was an encounter that you had with another spirit. And it's just kind of fascinating here. It's entertaining, and these are the experts, and you're never going to have this many paranormal experts, I don't think, all in one spot conducting investigations. So this is your opportunity to ask away lots of questions. We are inside the Oriental Saloon, one of the places that is going to be investigated this weekend, and I am told if you ask the bartenders here, they can tell you all kinds of things that they have seen and heard, all sorts of stories, as you might imagine. imagine. And the first annual Paracon kicks off under the glow of a full moon tonight. It rises at 7:28, the full flower moon, as it is known, for the month of May. 41 degrees here in Tombstone tonight, so do keep in mind it's going to be a little bit cooler, say if you're used to the Tucson area, and some of these events are happening very late in the night, so you want to make sure you've got a jacket or a sweatshirt handy. 41 degrees is even well below normal for Tombstone tonight. As we head through the course of the weekend, about 1 to 2 degrees off from normal here. 82 for our Saturday, and then 84 on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies, still a little bit breezy, especially come tomorrow. 9 a.m. is when the speakers will begin their talk over at Shefflin Hall here tomorrow. 64 degrees, clear skies for that. Lots of vendor shopping, by the way. You don't even have to have a ticket to the actual convention. You can come down and shop all the vendors who are here specifically for this event. 82 degrees, 61 at 9 when the maybe you're taking the investigation tour over at Boot Hill Graveyard. If you're sticking around Tucson, though, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, 86 tomorrow, 87 for our Sunday. A little breezy there tomorrow as well. Our highs across the rest of southern Arizona: Casa Grande 85, 83 in Sells, Nogales 81, 82 in Benson, the same in Wilcox, and 84 tomorrow in Douglas. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Mostly clear, but you know that wind is going to stay with us, especially east of Tucson tomorrow, maybe a little bit on Sunday. Get a bit of a break come Monday, and then it will return Tuesday and Wednesday with our next weather maker rolling through. That next storm system, though, takes our temps back down from that brief warm up in the low 90s there Monday, Tuesday. We'll be back to the 80s come Wednesday and Thursday. The Oriental Saloon is where if you have a VIP ticket, at 7 o'clock, the meet and greet is happening with all of the investigators who are out here, all of the big wigs that are putting on this event. Really perfect setting for it, obviously. And if you do get an opportunity, mosey your way up to the bar and ask them to tell you their ghost stories of the Oriental Saloon. I think you'll find it fascinating.
Yeah, Aaron, before you go, do you believe in ghosts?
Do you?
You know, Val, I didn't until I went to Salem, Massachusetts. Salem Inn.
Wow.
I had a ghost experience there. Too long to share right now, but definitely I'm going to tell you when I get back to, back to the station. But yeah.
Let me try it back. Okay. It's alright. I'm so sorry. It's alright. I'm really sure. Three, two, one. So right there, certainly right at 5. 3, 2, 1, 0. Three, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here's one last look at that 7-day forecast. We are expecting mostly clear skies for the next 7 days. Temperatures staying a little below normal here as we head through the weekend. A quick warm up Monday, Tuesday, and then another cool down back to the 80s. Hey, don't forget about the Ghost Hunt 101 that will be happening tomorrow for children. It's going on at the City Cemetery, not the Boot Hill, the City Cemetery at 4:30. As far as we know, there's never been a ghost hunt put on for children by professional paranormal investigators. We're going to see you back here in just a bit.
Fire Christian. There you guys. Okay. So thank you. Let me know what you think about 13 News live at 5 p.m. here on his watching here. If you're watching on his Facebook page here, if you're watching on his World TV YouTube channel here, let me know in the comment section below. And if you're watching on his World TV here, make sure you hit the subscribe button here. Make sure you notification bell on here. Make sure you hit the mind the bell on here, the notification bell on here. Make sure you give me 50,000 likes on this video watching here. Make sure to hit the share button here. Make sure to comment down below what you think about this watching here. Make sure to comment down below what viewers or watching you want to see on this channel here. And that's the other watching here. And make sure to comment below if you want to see more 13 News watchings here, or you want to see them as a premiere here. And I'll do more of these here for you guys. I watch this World TV channel here and Facebook page here as well. There's one in the comment section below. And for that being said, as you will want to be here on this World TV here. How God bless you, rest of your weekend here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Let me see. So let me check. Give me a second. Oh, that was me. Anyway, so see you guys next time. Bye, guys.